Well, hello. Welcome to the second episode of Dopes and Dragons. Today, we're going to be discussing whether it's a good thing or a bad thing to fudge dice rolls. Let us know what you think. If you have any suggestions or any topic recommendations, let us know. Enjoy.
You said something important there, and I picked up. You said the roll of the dice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am fully on the one side of this debate, and I'd like to know where you are in this debate before I say where I am on it, because I am far this way that it actually hurts.
Right.
Fudging a dice roll.
Yeah.
Do you do it or do you not do it as a DM? To save a character's life, or to like, I roll natural 20, I'll change that into something else so it doesn't kill the character. Just fudging dice roll in general as a DM.
In very specific moments. I might have a polarizing opinion here. Very specific moments.
Well, we have a complete. I absolutely despise fudging dice rolls.
Have you ever fudged a dice roll?
No, and I never will.
Never.
Ever. Never. And I never will.
You never even fudged health or something like that?
Never.
So you never been like, the barbarian just did 100 points of damage on my character in the first round, and my character has 120. Let's add another 2 on there.
I'm telling you, there's been times where I've been like, I made this encounter, and the lads have wiped it out in one turn, and I'm like, well, there goes that encounter, and the lads like, hey! And I was like, oh man, you should have made that like Daryl or someone else. Man, why'd you not make that harder? I goes, why should I punish them for not making me? I'm not making that harder.
Yeah, I get that. You can say that's an issue of preparation. I shouldn't punish my players for playing well,
or even rolling really well. I remember one time there was a time I had these Pharaohs, alright, and I swear, I know the minute I say this, my players are gonna be laughing their heads off,
right?
Because they know exactly what I'm talking about. I had this. I thought I was the bee's knees. I thought I was like, yes, I made this puzzle. There was this puzzle. I goes, and if they press 1, an Oni would appear. Now, if they effed up, all 4 Onis would appear, and they would have to fight all 4. And I was like, this is gonna be interesting, because I want a bit of fun as well. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't know what I'm surprised. Well, what did they do? They feared him, stunned him, and locked him in the corner, and he's just like there, and they were just punching him to death. And I was like, all right. I think it's the first time I went, you know what, lads, I'm soft locked here. Actually, he just does. And they were like, no, man, you can't do that. I was like, what am I supposed to do, lads? I'm just going to keep saying end turn and go. Like, you literally soft locked me in a corner. Now, if I was any other DM, I could go, well, he actually doesn't, he's immune to that, and he has true sight and shit like this.
He has a magic barrier.
No, it's not what I've written down beforehand. It's leads to some amazing moments as well, where I fucked up and I've given the wrong spell, and it's like brought a character back to life. So it's helped. But I think the dice tell a better story than we do.
Yes, I know, I do agree. The only time I would ever fudge is if one of the characters died to something, or like nearly died to something absolutely stupid. I know I'm a little bit too soft, because I'd be kind of like, you know, even if they died to a low level mob of the enemy, you still die to the enemy. That's I'm fine with that. It's only if it was very stupid. Like I once, I actually have a story, and this was a moment where I was so tempted to fudge the numbers, but I was like, this is just bad luck, and it was essentially, the players had gone to this town, and the town had been kind of under control by this massive fucking, it was like a troll or a massive giant or something, like huge giant, and he would come to the town at midnight and collect their offerings, and if they didn't offer anything up, it would like take one of the villagers or a few of the villagers, and so they usually have to offer up either a ton of meat or offer one person up to be taken. So it was like horrific situation, and the group of players came to this town to try and figure it out, and they just decided to try and ambush this giant at midnight when it came along. So the giant came to the center of town where there was this massive like stone slab, which is where the offerings would kind of go onto. It was like something mad, like 10 foot long or something crazy. And there was no offering there, so they started a fight. And the first thing that this giant did is to grab the stone slab and yeet it at one of the characters.
Oh, I can see where this goes.
So it was an attack roll because he had to throw it to see if he get it on point, right? And it was a natural 20 on an attack roll, and it was a moment of, oh no, okay. And I was like, no, we're good. They have a dex save to see if they could still get out of it, because it was going to be something.
Yeah.
It was going to be something crazy. So there was an attack roll and a dex save tied to it, because it was going to be mental. And there was 2 players it was aimed at because it was so long. First player saved absolutely fine, got out of the way. Second player, not one. And the table went silent, and I fucking rolled the dice, and it ended up being over 100 points of damage, something fucking stupid, and just completely one-shot the character. And I was just like, and I just narrated it like, you know, the character who managed to get away, as he kind of stumbles to the ground and looks behind him. And 1 minute his friend is there, and in the blink of an eye, gone, just demolished along with the slab.
You know what happened? That table got a great moment, great memory, and you didn't fudge the dice.
Yeah. But the temptation in that moment was so real to be like.
That's the worst, man. It's the temptation. The worst thing about being a dungeon master is breaking your character's hearts, your players' hearts. I think it's the worst thing, because you're gonna do it. Like, you'll always do it. They'll make a character they love, and you eventually will have to kill them. Like, you have to say yes. You have to say it to yourself. Yes, I'm gonna have to kill him one of these days. Now, he might survive. He might have a but you have to have that mentality of like, he is probably going to die. That's why, like, I remember I was listening to another thing. I'm always listening on TikTok D&D stuff, because it's always, for me, I always get like inspiration or ideas.
Yeah.
There's a guy who does like he does like PlayStation, like magical items and stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But there was this one they were like, they were talking about the same topic we're talking about, fudging dice rolls, and he said that he literally was nat 20 in all these players, one by one. They all dropped one by one, and then it came down to the last fella, and he said he rolled a natural 20 on them, but changed it so he wouldn't die. This is DM. And then your man killed him, and he went off and said, "Oh, that was," and then it turned out to be the best campaign he's ever done. Thank God I fudged them dice rolls. Now, I think, no, that's fucking wrong, because you missed out on an opportunity there for having a fucking really cool bad guy.
Yeah.
Now imagine that guy meets the new party, and they're like, psychologically, like the players don't know about this new bad guy, but the players do, because he's at the wiping them out last time. Imagine them fighting him again or something. It would be amazing. That moment would be amazing. But no, he forgot to fudge the dice.
You can also think of, in that scenario, if you end up TPKing and none of your players survive against this enemy, you can also do a lot to like have that rumor spread, you know, because if there's word going around about this veteran party, and just have like all the towns have heard the rumor that they just got annihilated. And it just builds that dread more again. And
so, man, I'm telling you, the dice tell better stories than we could ever.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, I've never had a TPK.
Well, it's only because
I've been super close. And I think I've been super close 3 times, and it's been down to like a dice roll all the time. So it's never me; it's always the player who has to roll it. Like, and I'm just like, damn. But no, yeah, it's been close. But like, them moments are amazing. Like I remember there's a time where like I literally after the yoke, I was so emotionally drained. I had to end the session after the battle, and I literally I literally went to everyone. I goes, "Is everyone already?" They're like, but that was amazing. But I am emotionally. You can get so emotionally drained.
Absolutely.
And that is like the addiction of D&D, man. Is that fucking feeling of like playing something that's real, but it's not real.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I can go over and I can hit this woman, but I can't do that in real life. You know what I mean? No, I don't hit women. I love women.
Okay.
And
This has been the Dungeons and Dragons talk show.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a
Yeah, there's something special about those moments where you pull something through. Even only recently in our campaign, I think you were there. You were watching with the Pyromol and the Immolate, where one of our players, Zaj, like got the last hit on this boss just before he went to phase 3, and as like only as a flourish did he add the fact that he activated like the Immolate on his Pyromol, which essentially meant he would take a shit ton of damage, but also prevent the like revivify or whatever it was, or like on the enemy. And he ended up like nearly killing him, like nearly dying for that flourish, even though like
as a watcher of that episode, I was just like, oh my God, he's gonna take that much damage. And the worst thing is, Satch doesn't even know that he has to take damage to activate this. And I'm just like this, look. And he's like, wait, hell, they don't know. And I was like, lads. And they typed the chat. They're like, wait, what? And it was just the hard moment of everything. And then D was like, and then D thought he was instantly killed. And I was like, no, it's not. He has to take the damage first. It was
a pure panic.
Capital lock texting it.
Happy literally was typing in like, no, he just takes this amount of damage. But still the damage, he happened to roll, oh man, just like those moments where he had low health, but he happened to roll like 20 hit points below his maximum for the damage taken, and those moments, and I still remember we all those moments of
it would have been cool as shit
if he died. Either's a win-win in my book.
Standing there like fire, just like you're melting it, it's melting you. As a barbarian, it's so
like your body. He's barbarian. Yeah, imagine your body just starts to crumble from your head in the wind, like sort of thing.
So cool.
You could have such a cool moment. It was still a cool moment. Either way, it would have been a cool moment.
And so it's the one thing is, man. Like in that scenario, win or lose, each outcome is absolutely amazing. Like, now you don't play your character for long, but I think a lot of people like who pick up D&D think it's like, oh, we win, and it's not. You need to take down losses. So I remember playing. I was playing. What was it? I forget who I was playing. I was playing a character anyway, and I had to remember that I was playing the shy boy. I was in the last campaign. I was playing a young boy. He's like 16, 17. And I was getting told off by this general. Now, me, I usually give it back. And then I had to say, well, no, I'm getting shouted at. So I was like, you know what? And I put my head down and I took it. And like I remember my DM looking at me going, wait, what? Then he usually goes, and I was like no, and then he would get your man to shout more at me, and then I would get more afraid, and then I started working for the man. Your man then thought like, oh, I can play along with this lump for and I made it great because then another character sword that I was getting given out stood up for my character, Romero's. That's what his character's name is, and. She came in and then she picked me up and brought me out, and then they bonded over that moment. So if I'd never lost that argument, I would never had that moment with that character. Do you know what I mean? It's just you need them avenues. Losing opens up so many avenues and so many. You get more roleplay reasons for your character. I remember there's another character I had called Bruntiness, and he was like, I was about to kill this like necromancer, and my DM told me that I had a vision of my god saying no, and I was like, so I stopped and I smashed the ground. But there's a cleric on the team who she's like the god, she worships like the god of burial and all. So necromancers are like a no, like eliminate on sight. So she was like, no, for my god, I'm going to I had to kill him. So I picked up the necromancer and started running. I got put asleep by another party member who was trying to help me, but was trying to put the cleric sleep, but ended up putting me asleep because I was so weak. So I went down fours. I fell onto the necromancer while then the cleric inflicted wounds on him and killed him in my arms. So what I did then is I had Bruntus lead the party for not lead, but like in the session I was going and tell me DM that Bruntus was doing laps and running. The next level I took mobility. Mobile. I took mobile from my next yoke, as in, and I said to myself he'll never lose. He will be faster next time. He'll get away next year. That was my. I was like, the minute I knew, I was like, all right, I had to be faster. I picked mobile on my next feet. It was that loss made me give a reason why he went for the next feat, and it was adding more character to him. And that's what I love. Like losing is winning is amazing. Everyone wants to win. But them losing moments can be really, really cool redemption stories. Like,
absolutely. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff if you enjoyed. I've been Horse. He's been.
I've been Happy.
Next episode will be what to do if you make a drastic mistake in ruling. We'll see you next time.
Perfect.
Lovely.
That was fucking easy as fucking chips.